Just wanted to talk, that's all.
All right. What's up, everybody? Sorry that I am 1 minute late. You can blame that on my cat. My cat was in here chewing on a cord, and I had to chase him out. But we're good now. Cord is safe. And welcome back, everybody. So, second pregame show of the year. Let me know if you guys like this format. I am anxious to keep it up if you guys do like it. I like the afternoon show. Good news for those of you who like reclamation projects, and some of you will remember the call that we got yesterday about reclamation projects. That is that the Yankees have brought back Tyler Matzek. Tyler Matzek was a former first-round pick, 11th overall in 2009 by the Rockies, but he almost had his career end early. He had the yips. And those of you who remember Chuck Knobloch and remember, Rick Ankiel, you'll know that the yips is very difficult to come back from. And he was able to successfully do it. And he didn't just come back. In 2001, he was an absolute weapon for the Braves. He went 69 innings pitched, nice, 2.57 ERA, 77 strikeouts, so more than a strikeout per inning, 1.22 whip, and left-handed hitters had an OPS against him of just 465. So he is a dominant lefty. He used to throw 98 with tail, and he had a nasty slider. I have no idea, none, what his stuff is going to look like. In spring training, Aaron Boone was talking about how he looked a lot like that guy from a few years ago with the Braves. I want to see it. I want to see 98 with tail, and I want to see the slider before I believe it. Now, he's had a ton of health issues, including this year. So he's just coming back off the IL. But Boone said that he's going to make an impact, and it would not shock me to see him in a big spot tonight against somebody like Steven Kwan, who hasn't seen him in years. So I'll be interested to see how that shakes out. On the less fun side, and I know that's a mean thing to say, DJ LeMahieu appears headed back. I, for one, am not anxious to see him take over at third base, especially when we've got Oswaldo Cabrera really hitting, and I'll talk more about him in just a minute. There have been some positive signs. First, let's talk about Jazz Chisholm, okay? He's somebody that I feel really positive about tonight. He hit the ball hard twice yesterday, including a home run. And if you look at his numbers, they're terrible. I mean, aside from the home runs and the RBIs, the rest of his numbers are just downright awful. And he's not that bad. He's not that bad of a hitter. So he is going to round into form, and odds are it's going to come in a flurry at some point because we've seen him go off with the Yankees before. We've seen it this year. We saw it last year. So the fact that he's starting to hit the ball harder and we're getting warmer weather, I'm looking for Jazz Chisholm to have a good night. And we're going to talk through the lineups. He is in the lineup tonight. I don't know if he's going to be my NostraDerek pick. To be completely honest with you, I haven't picked my NostraDerek pick, but I want to hear your predictions, and we will put them up, and then I will choose from one of your predictions and make it mine, and you and I will be quantum entangled, baby, and we will ride or die together. But I like the way Jazz swung the bat last night. I have a feeling he's going to get going. Jason Dominguez has an OPS of over 900 from the left side. Now, there's been some talk, including on this channel when he was struggling, about should he give up switch hitting. I think it's probably too early if you're asking me with a sane, clear mind right now. But as a left-handed hitter, he's had 40 at-bats. He's got a 970 OPS and a 182 weighted runs created plus. As a right-handed hitter, complete opposite. 26 at-bats, 404 OPS, and a 33 weighted runs created plus. Now, remember I said with Tyler Matzek, left-handed hitters had a 440 OPS against him. Dominguez is hitting less than that as a right-handed hitter. It's been really, really bad. And he did have a big double that brought in 3 runs and knocked his own contact lenses out. But I think we're being naive if we think he's just going to turn it on. He's got to fix the swing path. It's clear that if you bury pitches down and in, he swings right over them. So does that mean he needs to give up switch hitting? Well, only if he's going to be better from the left side against lefties than he is from the right side against lefties, and left on left is very, very difficult. But as you see from his StatCast numbers, he has been an excellent base runner so far. His hard hit percentage has been great. His bat speed is well above average. His walk percentage is great. And for a rookie to have a walk percentage in the 63rd percentile is abnormal, let's say. Because most rookies they're hacking. They're up there to hit. He's very patient, including from the right side, by the way. His arm appears to be totally healed from Tommy John. If you go back and look at his StatCast numbers from previous years, the arm was not great because of the injury. Now, that first year, it was right around 50%. Second year, same thing. This year, it's healing. It's up to 59th percentile. And the sprint speed is in the 68th percentile. So this guy can cook around the bases. I also want to take a look at Oswaldo Cabrera, who I think has been playing really, really well. Batting run value in the 66th percentile right now. Expected batting average in the 84th percentile. Sweet spot percentage in the 97th percentile. So this guy is hitting it on the sweet spot. He is hitting it hard. And his expected batting average is 291. He's actually hitting 302, so he's had a little bit of luck mixed in. But he's also, showing signs that he's comfortable. Like, he's taking the ball the other way if it's down and away. Like, he's letting it sink. Look at the spray chart. I know it's not a lot of data, but he's got hits all over the field. And I know he's a switch hitter. He's pulled some, but he's also hit some lefty through the left side, hit some righty to right field. He's becoming a much better hitter. Now, what's interesting is the barrel percentage is in the first percentile, which is not great, but the sweet spot's in the 97th percentile. I wonder if that has like a torpedo bat thing, but I don't really understand that. If someone knows more about that, they can explain it to me. His average exit velocity for his career has remained mostly steady the last couple of years. It is up by 1 mile per hour so far this year from 88.2 to 89.2, but it has come up a long way from his rookie season where it was 86.8. So he's raised his exit velocity almost 3 miles an hour over the last couple of years, and his launch angle has gone down. He was hitting a lot of fly balls. Now he's hitting more line drives. So does he have his issues at third base, as Genesis Hops says? Absolutely. You're absolutely correct. But I'm feeling good about Oswaldo, and I hope he gets to continue to play and prove that he can get it done. So, game 24 tonight, Yankees versus Guardians. Obviously, last night was a tough one. We were down big early, made a late run at it, brought the tying run to the plate in the 9th inning. Today, the pitching matchup, it is what it is. We'll talk about that in a minute, but it doesn't look good to me. The lineup, though, feels pretty good. Let's talk about the lineup. All right, so we got Ben Rice in the leadoff spot. Welcome back to Mr. Ben Rice. Aaron Judge in right field. Hopefully he'll continue to heat up. Obviously, the at-bat at the end of the game last night was not ideal, not what you want. Struck out swinging on a splitter. Also got a fastball called on him that was about, I'd say, 5 inches outside, but that's just judging from TV. I'm sure there's actual metrics. It looked significantly outside. And the umpire yesterday, let's just face it, was trash. He was trash. Cody Bellinger looking for another belly bomb. He is in center field. Paul Goldschmidt in there every day. He is at first base, still hitting well over 300. Jazz Chisholm back there at second base. And again, I think he's going to have a good night. He looked like he was feeling comfortable. I believe that was his first home run outside of Yankee Stadium. I could be wrong on that, but I think all 6 of his home runs had been at Yankee Stadium until that one. Anthony Volpe, he had a base hit last night. If you look at the numbers on Volpe, and I can pull up the StatCast numbers in just a minute, and I think we looked at him yesterday. Great defensive player, still kind of a mixed bag offensively, but still ranked above average as an offensive player. So some of the fan hate, and hate's probably the wrong word, excessive criticism is probably undue at this point. Jason Dominguez, 445-foot home run last night on a curveball that he was sitting on, and he annihilated that frickin' baseball. JC Escarra behind the plate. Good to see the Uber driver back. And then we got Oswaldo batting ninth at third base. Now, Will Warren is on the mound. I'm going to pull up Will Warren's StatCast numbers as well. Let's move on to the pitching prediction or pitching matchup, and then we'll do predictions. I still haven't made my prediction. I still haven't come up with it, but there's time. Will Warren, not good. Pitching run value is in the 24th percentile. And again, you want higher numbers when you're talking percentile. If you're listening, there's a chart, and it ranks from poor to great, from left to right. Left side is blue, right side is red. He is in the bottom quarter in terms of pitching run value. Fastball run value is in the 45th percentile. His fastball velo isn't that great. It's 92.6. I thought he threw harder than that. Breaking ball run value is elite, 85th percentile. But the problem is you got to have a way to set it up. You've got to be able to establish the fastball and throw it for strikes. And I feel like he just doesn't pound the zone enough. Hopefully that continues. By the way, wearing my Luis Heel shirt. I'm going to make some more Luis Heel merch too as we continue to build out the store. Whiff percentage in the 78th percentile. He does get a lot of swings and misses, and strikeouts have all been good for, the last, for ever since he debuted, really. He's had good strikeout numbers. Walk percentage in the 17th percentile, not good. Walks too many hitters, nibbles a bit too much. Hopefully that confidence of pitching in the major leagues will allow him to challenge the zone a little bit more. Good hitters in the Guardians lineup. He's got to be careful. And hard hit percentage, barrel percentage, all bad. Ground ball percentage, below average. And his extension, which basically means how close you're releasing the ball to home plate, is in the 80th percentile. So he does at least sneak up on you. That can cause sneaky velocity. Tanner Bibee, equally bad, basically, this year. But historically, he's been good. Last year, he was 12-8 with a 3.47 ERA. He had 187 strikeouts in 173 and two-thirds innings pitched. This year, he's made 4 starts, and he's got a 5.85 ERA and 15 strikeouts in 20 innings, so he hasn't gotten the strikeout pitch going yet. He's another guy with great extension. The average exit velocity against him is pretty good. He has an 88 average mile per hour exit velocity. Fastball isn't going to kill you. It's 94.5, so it's faster than Warren. He throws a good cutter, and his cutter gets good movement. But again, you got to establish the fastball. I look for the Yankees to look inside and anticipate that cutter, and I expect him to kind of try and throw the sinker away to counteract it, maybe throw the sweeper to the righties, and maybe throw the change to the lefties to get the strikeouts. We'll see. I'm not feeling optimistic. I think Tanner Bibee is a better pitcher than he's been this year. 2 years ago, 2.98 ERA. Now, I know people regress, but he's 26 years old. He should be entering his prime. So I'm not feeling too optimistic about this matchup. All right, let's get your predictions here. Let's see here. Drungal says Waldo bomb in a big moment. Adam the Inkwell says he thinks Jazz will have a great game tonight. All right, I'm going to go ahead and make my NostraDerek prediction. My prediction for tonight. I'm going home run Martian. I'm going Martian home run. We're switching to the not human hat. I think Jason Dominguez going deep tonight. The home run last night probably got his confidence going. And we've seen in his career when he hits home runs, he likes to hit them in bunches. But again, do not bet on this. I am a podcaster who really has no qualifications to tell you what to bet on. So feel free to tell me to go to hell and bet your way. So we've got calls here. We got calls about Cabrera. We got some pregame show talk. We got Hugh from Bay Bridge, whose voice is like the songbird of our generation. And we got a call about Devin Williams being checked out. Again, be sure to like the stream as you are reminded here by 1297. We got a prediction here. Aaron L. says 8-7 Yankees. I will absolutely take that. Okay, quick word from our sponsor. Today it is Hungryroot. And then I'll be back with your voicemails and some more reactions.
Kratz, do you like spending an hour on grocery shopping?
Nope. Speed up the process, please.
Introducing Hungryroot to the FT fam.
Now we can all be bougie with our own personal shopper to handle the food shopping, including recs based on what you're looking to put in your body.
I stack my Hungryroot box with items like gluten-free, dairy-free blueberry waffles for breakfast, shrimp veggie bowls for lunch, and a little filet mignon with potatoes and broccolini for dinner.
You can also say just, hey, Hungryroot, I eat paleo, or I'm vegetarian, and they load up your cart with personalized recommendations.
And those recs keep evolving as they learn about what you're into. Also, no BS, as in no artificial sweeteners or preservatives in any of Hungryroot's food. You're going to love Hungryroot as much as FT does. Take advantage of this exclusive offer. For a limited time, get 40% off your first box, plus get a free item in every box for life. Go to hungryroot.com/FT and use code FT. That's hungryroot.com/FT, code FT to get 40% off your first box and a free item of your choice for life.
What do you hear? What do you say?
All right. Lori C. reminding you to check out the merch at nydesigns.shop. We've added more stuff, and we have had some people get some merch over the last few days, so that's good. And I'm just churning it out. I've added another thing, a suggestion from Terrence. We're going to have some Terrence merch, and we've got a big announcement coming, folks. Terrence is going to be on the show Friday night, and it could be a permanent situation where he's with us every Friday night. I'm not going to guarantee that, but that seems to be what's happening here. So for those of you who like Terrence, Friday nights with Terrence is going to be a thing going forward. And Harry Porthouse says he likes the afternoon pregame format, sets the expectations for the evening games, gives you things to look for in advance of the game. I appreciate that. I agree with you. The issue is they don't have the long shelf life. So I try and I'm not going to list it as a pregame. I'll put it out before the game, but maybe people can, listen to it the next day and get something out of it. Hopefully, that's the game in podcasting is you want to have the ideal scenarios to have evergreen content, right? So if I interviewed Tom Hanks, right, that would be evergreen. You'd always be interested in hearing what Tom Hanks has to say about whatever. Maybe not Tom Hanks, maybe somebody interesting, but I guess he'd be interesting. But with baseball, we got to keep churning out the content day in, day out because it's always changing, right? So there's not a lot of shelf life. So the reason we were doing 10:30 in the morning is because it would give it several hours throughout the day for it to accumulate views. Well, once people start watching the game in a few hours, they're going to stop watching this and it's going to kill the thing. So it's not going to get as much love from the algorithm. So if you guys enjoy it, if you like it, help me out by getting stuff from the shop. Help me out by, doing the super chats and the donos and all that stuff. And, we'll probably keep running this out there for a little bit and just see how it goes. I like doing it in the afternoon better. It gives me more time throughout the day to do research and to come up with ideas. So a couple voicemails here. Let's start with Cabrera shout out.
Hey, Derek, how's it going? It's Gabe in Iowa. Tough loss yesterday. I was glad to hear you last night shout out Cabrera a little bit for how he's been doing at the plate. I know he had some throwing errors the last couple games, but I feel like maybe this is a hot take, but I feel like he's been doing well enough on both sides of the ball that I would no longer classify a starting third baseman as like our most urgent need. In my opinion, any big trade that happens in the next few months
pitching
simply must be for starting pitching. That's what we need. Our rotation's unsustainable, even with Clark mid back. Thank you.
Oh, Clark mid, that's tough. I'm more bullish. What's funny about Clark Schmidt is that when he first came up, I've kind of treated him like I treat Warren right now, where I wasn't super psyched about him. But after watching last year, I became much more enthusiastic about his future. If he can avoid any significant injury, I think that Clark Schmidt's going to be a good pitcher for us this year. He's off to a tough start. He had a messed up spring training. We saw what happened with Rodon a couple of years ago when that happened. It can be tough. But I think he's going to put together some good starts. I like his stuff. We'll see. And we got a prediction here in the chat. Genesee Hops says, Belly going deep. All right, we got another call here. Pre-game talk.
What's going on, Derek? calling in for the pregame show episode here. Yesterday, we were down 6-0 against a guy who looks like he could be an ace in the future and battled back and made it 6-4. Kind of a crappy loss, but ultimately at least the Yankees showed some fight. I think tonight, Warren, we all know, has some good stuff, but ultimately hasn't really found it yet. But Bibee for the Guardians is off to a pretty rough start. I think he actually has a higher ERA than Warren. So you kind of, coin toss the matchup there, and then you hope the bats can get it rolling. Something else.
Yeah, 100%. I am not feeling super optimistic about it tonight, but he's off to a rough start, Bibee. If we can extend that, we got a good shot. And we're counting on our man, the Martian, Jason Dominguez, to go deep. Here's Hugh. I love his voice.
Hello, Derek. This is Hugh from Bay Ridge in Brooklyn. And regarding Volpe, I'm not prepared to watch Volpe spend 12 to 15 years at shortstop and hit 225. Perhaps the Yankees are.
They might be.
But I'm not. The problem with Volpe is his batting stance. Watch his first at-bat tonight, and you'll see exactly what I'm going to tell you about. He holds his bat way too far behind the rest of his body. He can't get it out in front of a fastball. He's finally started to crouch a little bit, which will help him, but he's got to work on his stance. That's what's killing him. The bat is too far behind the rest of his body, and it's raised up way too high. But
now, a lot of people will say, oh, what does this guy know? He's just a fan like the rest of us. But he might not be entirely wrong. The further you get away from your body, I mean, that's just more ground you got to make up. Now, a lot of times a hitter's stance will be influenced by the bat path they're trying to create, right? Volpe wants to create a certain bat path, so he's got to start his hands in a certain way. I hope he figures it out, because when he's on, he's great. But when he's off, it's tough to watch. Final call.
Hey, Derek, it's Isaiah. One thing I wanted to talk about was just the difference between two of our acquisitions this offseason. So you have Max Fried and you have Devin Williams. And I think one's doing well, one's doing horrible. And I think that you can really tell why when you just watch the interviews for both of them. I mean, all of Max Fried's interviews are he's like very stoic, calm. He has that demeanor that you can just tell like he'll succeed no matter what city he pitches in, including New York. And then Devin Williams just looks, I don't know, his interview yesterday after the blown save against the Rays, he just seemed very checked out, almost too nonchalant, like he just doesn't care, and his body language sucks when he's playing. I don't know, it seems like they're both made of two different things, and he just doesn't seem like he's made for New York. And some guys aren't.
Appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, people are made of different stuff, 100%. Now, we don't know if he's checked out. We don't know if he's trying to be stoic on purpose. I'm sure he was not happy. He is going to be a free agent. He wants to have a good year. He wants to get paid by somebody. He wants to succeed here in New York. I'm not buying that he's a great fit. I'm with you. But he has time to win me over. He has a chance. But not inspiring a lot of confidence right now. All right, everybody. I will be back after the game. Reminder that the game starts at 6:10 tonight. So tune in probably 9:15 or so would be my guess. I'm going to schedule the post game in just a minute, and feel free to chat it up during the game and all that stuff. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and we'll see you next time. Hey, while I've got you here, be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Pinstripe Territory is the official Yankees podcast of the Foul Territory Network. We are home to the #1 most watched MLB postgame show on YouTube since 2021. We're here after every Yankees game and for reactions to all the best news and rumors during the offseason. Be a part of the show by calling into the voicemail 718-899-1068. Try to keep it clean for me. And if you ever miss us on YouTube, be sure and subscribe on all your favorite podcast platforms. Go ahead and rate us 5 stars. It'll help other people find the show. Thanks for watching. See ya.